Classic energy drinks. These are the ones that started everything. Red Bull came first in the Western market, launching in Austria in 1987 before spreading across the world. It was built around a simple formula: caffeine, B vitamins, taurine, and sugar, all combined to give a quick boost in alertness and stamina. Monster followed in 2002 with a larger can and a stronger formula, and Rockstar came around the same time targeting a similar crowd. These drinks became the foundation of an entire industry. They work primarily by delivering caffeine to the brain quickly, where it blocks adenosine receptors, the ones responsible for making you feel tired. The sugar adds a fast fuel source, and the B vitamins support energy metabolism. They taste sweet, they feel immediate, and for a long time, they were the only option most people knew. Sugar-free energy drinks. As health awareness grew, companies started removing sugar from their formulas without removing the caffeine or other stimulants. Sugar-free versions of Red Bull, Monster Zero, and Rockstar Zero became popular alternatives for people who wanted the lift without the calories. Instead of sugar, these drinks use artificial sweeteners like sucralose or acesulfame potassium to maintain the flavor profile. The energy effect is essentially the same because caffeine remains the active ingredient, but the calorie count drops to near zero. Some people find the taste slightly different. There is a faint artificial quality that some palates pick up easily. Still, these drinks became very popular among gym-goers and calorie-conscious consumers who did not want to give up the ritual of an energy drink entirely. Natural energy drinks. Around the mid-2000s and into the 2010s, a different kind of consumer started asking questions about what exactly was in their can. Natural energy drinks responded to that demand. Brands like Guayaki Yerba Mate, Hibol, and later Runa built their formulas around plant-based caffeine sources rather than synthetic ones. Yerba mate, guarana, green tea, and ginseng became common ingredients. The caffeine still does the same job, but it often comes paired with naturally occurring antioxidants and compounds that some people find produce a smoother, less jittery experience. These drinks tend to have cleaner labels, fewer artificial additives, and a gentler taste. They also appeal to environmentally conscious buyers since many of these brands emphasize sustainable sourcing and organic certification. Nootropic energy drinks. A newer category has emerged that goes beyond basic stimulation and markets itself as supporting cognitive function. Nootropic energy drinks include ingredients like lion's mane mushroom, L-theanine, alpha-GPC, and Bacopa monnieri alongside caffeine. The idea is not just to feel awake, but to feel mentally sharp, focused, calm, and clear-headed rather than wired. Brands like Thesis, Neurobliss, and Noggin built their identity around this concept. The caffeine and L-theanine combination in particular has genuine research support. Theanine is an amino acid found in tea that tends to smooth out the sharp edges of a caffeine spike, reducing anxiety without reducing alertness. Whether all the other nootropic ingredients make a meaningful difference is debated, but the category has found a dedicated audience among professionals, students, and anyone who finds standard energy drinks too aggressive. Pre-workout energy drinks. These were designed specifically for athletic performance and exercise. They are usually consumed 15 to 30 minutes before a workout and contain higher caffeine doses than most standard drinks, often between 150 and 300 milligrams per serving. Beyond caffeine, they typically include beta-alanine, which causes a harmless tingling sensation on the skin and is thought to buffer muscle fatigue. Citrulline malate is another common ingredient, supporting blood flow and reducing muscle soreness. Brands like C4, Bang, and Ghost built large followings in gyms and fitness communities. These drinks are not casual beverages. They are formulated with a specific purpose and a specific timing in mind. Drinking one late in the evening without exercising is a reliable way to end up wide awake at 2 in the morning. Carbonated sparkling energy drinks. Carbonation has always been part of the classic energy drink experience, but some products lean into it more than others. Drinks like Liquid Death, though primarily water-based, and certain sparkling yerba mate brands deliver their energy through a lighter, bubblier format that feels closer to sparkling water than a traditional energy drink. The carbonation itself does not add energy, but it changes the drinking experience significantly. The lightness and the fizz make these drinks feel more refreshing than dense, syrupy alternatives. They have become popular with people who want something to sip throughout the day rather than a quick concentrated dose before an activity. Canned coffee energy drinks. Some energy drinks skip the vitamin complex entirely and simply deliver energy through coffee. Canned cold brew, ready-to-drink espresso beverages, and coffee energy hybrids like Monster's Java line fall into this category. The caffeine source here is obvious and familiar. roasted coffee beans, and the taste reflects that. These drinks appeal to people who already rely on coffee in the morning but want the convenience of a can. Some versions are dairy-based with milk or cream. Others use oat milk or are fully black. The overlap between the energy drink market and the coffee market has been growing for years, and these products sit comfortably in both. For many people, this category feels less extreme than a neon-colored energy drink while delivering a comparable or sometimes higher caffeine dose. Amino energy drinks. These sit between a standard energy drink and a sports recovery product. Brands like Optimum Nutrition's, Amino Energy, and Extend Energy combine caffeine with essential amino acids, the building blocks of protein that muscles use for repair and growth. The caffeine provides the energy effect, while the aminos are meant to support muscle recovery and reduce breakdown during exercise. They are usually lower in caffeine than a pre-workout drink, but higher than a casual energy beverage. The taste is generally light and fruit-flavored, and they are often mixed from powder rather than bought as canned drinks, though ready-to-drink versions exist. Athletes who train multiple times per day sometimes use these as a bridge between sessions, getting a light boost without overloading on stimulants. Functional wellness energy drinks. This category blurs the line between energy drinks and health supplements. Products like Kinuphorix, Rowdy Energy, and certain adaptogen-based drinks include ingredients meant to support overall well-being. Ashwagandha for stress, rhodiola rosea for endurance, magnesium for nervous system regulation. The caffeine content is often lower than in standard energy drinks, and the focus is more on sustained, balanced energy rather than an intense spike. These drinks are frequently positioned as alternatives to alcohol at social occasions or as afternoon beverages that will not disrupt sleep. They tend to be more expensive than mainstream energy drinks, reflecting the cost of specialty botanical ingredients and the premium wellness market they are targeting. Energy shots. These are not drinks in the traditional sense. They are small, concentrated doses of energy formula, typically around 2 ounces, designed to be consumed in a single swallow. 5 Hour Energy is the dominant name in this space, and essentially invented the category in 2004. Energy shots usually contain a concentrated blend of B vitamins and caffeine without sugar, and without the volume of liquid that a full can requires. They became popular with truck drivers, shift workers, and anyone who needed a quick boost without the bulk of a full beverage. The taste is strong and not particularly pleasant, which is why they are designed to be taken quickly rather than sipped. They do the job efficiently, which is exactly what their target audience wants. Alcoholic energy drinks. This category had a turbulent history. In the mid-2000s, products like Four Loko and Juice combined alcohol with caffeine, taurine, and guarana in large cans. They were extremely popular among young adults and extremely controversial among health officials and regulators. The concern was that caffeine masks the physical signs of intoxication, the sleepiness and sedation that normally signal to a person that they have had enough, allowing people to drink more than they would otherwise. In 2010, the United States Food and Drug Administration declared caffeine an unsafe food additive in alcoholic beverages, effectively forcing manufacturers to reformulate. Four Loko survived by removing the stimulants. The original formulas are no longer legally sold in the US, though variations exist in other markets. The episode left a lasting mark on how regulators view the energy drink industry as a whole. Hydration-based energy drinks. A more recent development focuses on electrolyte replenishment as the core benefit, with caffeine added secondarily. Brands like Celsius, Electrolyte with caffeine variants, and some newer sports drinks fall partially into this category. The logic is that dehydration is one of the most common causes of fatigue, so addressing hydration and delivering caffeine at the same time produces a more effective and longer-lasting energy effect than caffeine alone. These drinks often contain sodium, potassium, and magnesium in meaningful quantities, along with lighter caffeine doses. They are popular with endurance athletes and people who live in hot climates. Celsius, in particular, grew rapidly through gym partnerships and fitness influencer marketing, positioning itself as a healthier, science-backed alternative to traditional energy drinks. Kids and teen energy drinks. This is a contested and evolving area. Some companies have marketed lightly caffeinated beverages specifically to younger audiences, often branding them as focus drinks or study aids. Products like Guru Light or certain guarana-based drinks marketed to teenagers exist in a gray zone. They contain caffeine but at lower doses than adult products, and they are often positioned around school performance or gaming rather than physical energy. Pediatric health organizations in many countries have advised against caffeine consumption by children and adolescents, citing effects on developing cardiovascular and nervous systems. Some retailers have voluntarily restricted sales of energy drinks to minors. The marketing and availability of these products remains a live debate in public health, regulatory, and parenting communities around the world. Mushroom energy drinks. Functional mushroom products have expanded rapidly, and several brands now combine adaptogenic mushrooms with caffeine for an energy product that leans heavily into the wellness space. Brands like Four Sigmatic and Mud UTR built their early identity around mushroom-based coffee alternatives, but the category has since expanded into ready-to-drink canned products. Lion's Mane is valued for its proposed cognitive benefits, chaga for antioxidant properties, and cordyceps for athletic endurance support. The scientific evidence for many of these claims is still developing, but consumer interest has been strong enough to sustain a growing market. These drinks tend to taste earthy and are often sweetened with dates, coconut sugar, or honey rather than refined sugar or artificial sweeteners, aligning them closely with the clean eating market. Gaming and esports energy drinks, designed specifically for the gaming community. These products emerged in the late 2010s alongside the explosive growth of professional esports and streaming culture. Brands like G Fuel, Rogue Energy, and Ghost Gamer were built with gamers in mind, not athletes doing physical exercise, but people sitting at computers for extended periods who needed sustained focus, reaction speed, and endurance through long sessions. The formulas often emphasize nootropic compounds like L-tyrosine, focus-supporting antioxidants, and moderate caffeine rather than the high-stimulant approach of pre-workouts. Marketing has leaned heavily on partnerships with streamers, gaming events, and esports organizations. These drinks are frequently sold as powders that users mix themselves, which allows for flexible dosing and a wide variety of flavors. They represent one of the fastest-growing segments in the entire energy drink market.